December 15th, 2025. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. And what we're going to talk about? Kansas City, Independence, Missouri. We're going to talk about that crime and drugs and the homeless. And we're going to start up here by that old Amico across from Apple Market, that Costano's. And that it's now a bait place, that Amico, I guess, place is. Yeah, it's just another place to harbor all these ones doing illegal drugs and the homeless and stuff. In that, there's a video store, 777 over there right next door, not too far down there, just probably 50 feet from it. Well, this was about, this was about 5 a.m. in the morning. And interesting. I guess the questions I have is when I see there's two gentlemen that's there, you can only see the one, but there's another one on the other side of him. And there's several things that don't make sense here. Why this stuff is being let go on. Well, they'd say, well, maybe it's just the homeless. Okay, well, why is that just a given here? I don't get that, for one thing. Because, they need to either get them help or get them off the streets if they're doing drugs and stuff. But the temperature, I had posted another video. It was in the I think it was mid-20s this morning. I have to go back and see exactly. It was way under freezing though. And these people must not be getting all help they need because they must have been able to have a place to stay. And maybe Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department can run over there real quick and help these homeless out. Maybe they could take some into their fire department there and let them stay. Oh, I don't doubt they'd like that too well. I was up at a Missour last night. Went up there for a bit, played a little bit, and there's a couple that had crawled inside the bathroom, and I couldn't hardly breathe. No, it wasn't the noxious fumes from the weed this time. It was, they probably hadn't had a bath in 3 months. Not good. But I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this fire deal. And I wanted to pull this up for Missouri. Don't matter if it's Missouri or Kansas. I don't think Kansas would, I can't imagine Kansas allowing a fire up against the building anyway. But it says, I wanted to show this real quick too. It says, no, you generally cannot have an open fire up against a business building in Missouri. Local fire codes are often based on the International Fire Code. International Fire Code. Well, hope that ain't the WHO or the rest of all that stuff out there. Prevent fire spread and ensure safety. Well, we can see this is brick, but there is an overhang with a roof over that. And why would that be allowed to happen in the first place? I don't know. Open burning of fire not approved container must be a minimum of 50 feet away from any structure, the Missouri Department of Public Safety suggests. Well, man, if you're left side, you can just go on and do what you want to do. You don't have to enforce laws here. I see stuff going on all the time. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff I could show here. But this is just, this brings in the drugs. And this is where the prostitutes hang too. Now, like just a couple days back, I had a deal I showed. And they were walking around the old bait place up there. But I wanted to show that. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. What's the laws matter anymore, huh, guys? I read a deal just a couple days ago. They were talking about how all this just becomes the next norm. It's like nobody really cares and they just see it all the time. But that's not good. Because my big question here also is, there were homeless here originally, but nothing like this. And they wouldn't allow them to do that. They were enforcing the codes, the laws, and they're not enforcing those anymore. Well, their deal, the left side would say, oh, we just don't have the manpower. We just don't have the money. Oh, BS. That's not it. They want more chaos. They want more other stuff going on. But I wanted to show this. Let's see if I can find that other. I bet I still have that other photo where those gals were walking around this vape deal. Hold on. Well, I found it. Wow, that didn't take long. There's one deal right there. Now, this morning, it was about the same, close to the same time, maybe 30 minutes difference. They were walking around up there, several of them, and Hold on, guys. Here's a picture from a couple of weeks ago, and look how many's there. I mean, this is not a joke. This is the real thing. And well, what's this vapor? These are all. Now, has police checked all these people? I bet you if they ran every one of these people, I bet two of them probably got warrants out. I bet they got all of them probably got records halfway as long as your arm. You know, they talk about all these deals about all these people getting stabbed and all these other ones pulling the guns out and doing all the other things. Well, this is stuff right here. What are they checking? Or are they, you know, that's just crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't get it. Okay, guys, I just wanted to show one other thing. I wanted to show what you're seeing out in this road is like different trash and stuff. Because they're still going in between the Sinclair. They're still coming up here to the vape place. And it's not good. Let me slow this down to here. Look at all that. And that's all it breathes. I mean, why would you want them doing that here? I don't get that. That doesn't even make sense. Look at that. That's nuts. Nuts. Well, let's go on up real quick and see if, let's see here. Hold on just a second. Let's go by 7-Eleven and see if those guys are sitting back there again. I bet they are. I bet they are. What do you think? Look at that. Now, what's the chance of that the same spot, the same time, the same? You know, yeah. Well, yeah, because nobody's questioning it. These guys should be checked too. These guys should be checked and see, yeah. And it don't make sense. That doesn't make, yeah, it makes sense, okay. There's a lot of money flowing. There's a lot of drugs flowing. And a lot of people's money's going in their pocket. They need to be looking at this. Because, like I say, this is a hot spot. And, you know, they got those cameras at this intersection. They just need to be checking all those tags and running those tags and see who they all go to. Yeah. So hold on. Okay, guys, we'll wrap this up. I want to show this at one more angle. See, there was two guys there. There's one right there, one over there. Can't see his face very good, but right there and there. Very interesting, huh, guys? It's a shame that this is all being allowed. They need to clean this up. You know why they need to clean it up? I'll tell you why. Hold on. Okay, why do they need to clean it up? Because if they got rid of the homeless, the ones moving these drugs and stuff, they're using a lot of them. Not all of them are doing it, but a lot of them are. Some are, some aren't. Then that means the higher ups have to move those drugs. They'll have to do their own dirty work. It's easy for them to give them a couple bucks or feed them the drugs they want until they die, and then they'll just find another one to do it, to move this stuff. So yeah, that's something to think about. Anyway, guys, wanted to show this real quick. And like I say, I can't get over none of this gets enforced by Kansas City, Missouri or Independence. Very interesting. And then, you know, like, then they'll cry, say, oh, we don't have the manpower, we don't have this. Well, why don't they get if these people are legit, they should be able to get them in a shelter, especially when it's like under freezing, because they're only in mid-20s. I mean, what excuse are they going to use this time? Oh, I'm sure they'll find another excuse. I mean, it's okay to have a fire underneath your overhang. Like I say, I bet you if you lit something here in Independence here, you didn't have a fire pit or contain basically deal like you're supposed to. They don't have nothing here. They're doing this on the ground. They got a fire on the ground. And then, you know, I've shown other ones here too, like out on by the interstates too. But then I get to think, well, they probably say, oh, well, nothing can catch fire there. Well, what if the grass catches fire? Well, sometimes it does. We've seen some fires up there north of the river, up there underneath the bridges and stuff, where the homeless have caused fires, man. It happens. Anyway, keep your eyes open. Going to be a wild week this week, I got a feeling. Stay safe out there.